Welcome, everybody. We all ready? Ready to go?
We ready? Are we ready? Everyone feeling clear? Are we ready? Okay,
Check
let's
1,
do
2.
this. Check, check. Check, check. Welcome to the Latchkey Friends podcast. How's everybody today?
Fast.
Greg, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Greg. Hi, Liz.
Hi. Our viewers may recognize Greg.
This is a very, very special day for the
Very,
podcast.
very special
So
day.
we are 17 episodes deep into the podcast. 18? Maybe 18. This is episode number 18.
19? I don't know. Don't say what it is because I don't remember what it is.
But what's important is we are bringing it back full circle. Now, a couple of months ago, at the very start of quarantine, 4.5 hours of entertainment before this happened right now, we were all sitting in our basements except for Greg, who's got an upstairs office, and we made a decision. We were starting a podcast.
Yeah, we're just going to do it.
Liz was like, just do it. And we figured there's only one person we could call that we could start a podcast in that moment, and it was Greg.
We needed a really good story. And what's better than a good fart story?
What's better than that, Greg?
And who's better at telling a fart story than Greg Merrill?
Yeah. So here we are several months later, and we're trying to find out who is better. And we think the answer is Greg.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's a lot of pressure at this return guest.
Right. You put that on your LinkedIn skills. Tells really good fart stories.
I have left that off. I don't know what's wrong.
Oh man.
I got to rectify that after this call.
Your phone would be blowing up right now.
You're saying you've gone around the world and come full circle. You've run out of gas. I'm the last person available. And here we go again.
Yeah, the last
That's what you're saying.
We're starting over.
Yeah.
So we got Greg back on the show. Since Greg first joined us, we've become a legit podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So for our audio listeners, Greg is a very handsome and charming man. He has a very, very deep tan that only highlights his salty beard. Salt-colored beard, not salt.
That's full of salt.
Is there salt?
Not literally salty.
Not, hopefully not literally salty beard. Just a charming smile and an aqua green golf shirt today.
Yep.
Looking quite handsome, Greg.
Thanks a lot.
If
right back at you both.
Yeah, if you're audio only, you may want to pop over to YouTube for this version. Okay.
You don't want to miss seeing Greg.
So since we last saw Greg, we went from rainy, cold spring to now deathly hot summer in Salt Lake City. And I just wanted to start out by asking you guys if you have any summer plans for quarantine.
Oh my gosh. This has really been a crappy year because everything's canceled. And my daughter graduated from high school and we were going to go on a big trip, take her on a big senior trip. But now it's a staycation at home. And the great thing is we're always staying at home. Yeah. So it's a vacation at your home that you're always at.
Endless summer staycation edition.
Endless summer staycation edition. It's been fabulous. Oh, wow. I'm not going crazy.
Yeah.
At all. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, it's been really good. Yeah. It kind of makes me wish for the good old days when I was in the family minivan, family car, road tripping all over with Fred and Bunny, aka my mom and dad.
Yeah.
My mom tries to say her name isn't Bunny. Her name really is Marcia, but like a lot of people call her Bunny, but I think she's been trying to get rid of that nickname her whole life, but it just keeps sticking.
She's rebranding. I get it.
She's trying to rebrand spelling.
Does anyone call her Marcia?
She's heard that many times. I'll show you the face she does when people do that. Sorry, listeners. You'll have to go over to YouTube to see this. This is the face she does.
For our audio listeners, it's the equivalent of the wah wah face.
Yeah, she doesn't find that funny.
So road trip.
I bet she'd find your fart story funny.
Probably not, but whatever.
So road trips for the Parkin family.
Yeah.
What did that?
They were epic. My mom loves road trips. She took us all over. And she loved to drive. Like we didn't really fly anywhere. We just drove. So I've literally been like all over the West. Every national monument here in Utah a few times, Disneyland, like every summer we drive there. I am a hardcore road tripper. I can road trip for hours and hours on end. And it was filled with we'd have to stop at every historical monument and read it out loud.
Oh no,
And
learning.
that history out loud. We all had to stop. Literally, we could drive out of like 10 hours out of our way because she wanted to read some sort of historical monument marker. She'd be like, hey guys, we're only 5 hours from the Grand Canyon. Let's just go there. So we drive there. We never know where you end up with a bunny road trip.
What was the music like in the parking wagon?
Music, yeah. So for a really long time, I thought my dad wrote and sang. Thought he was Paul Simon and Garfunkel, Art Garfunkel, Simon and Garfunkel, because we sang a lot. It was like the Partridge Family road trip. Like we didn't listen a lot to the radio, we just sang. And so took me a really long time when I grew up that, oh, those songs we're singing are Simon and Garfunkel. A lot of folk songs, Peter, Paul, and Mary, all the classics, all the good hits, maybe a little Joan Baez.
Was that disappointing to know that someone else had been stealing your dad's songs?
And it really took the wind out of my sails. I had to see a therapist about it.
Okay.
You know, like it's really a blow to my little ego, I guess.
I'll
that
bet.
you can write those songs.
I see that.
Yeah.
Well, when you think your dad's Art Garfunkel and then you find out he's not, that's a rough blow.
Yeah. It'd probably be better if he was Paul Simon, you know, since he's the one that was really a success after.
But
I
really,
still love you, Art Garfunkel. You're pretty amazing.
But give the guy credit. Made probably a ton of money and a great career out of just singing the harmony.
The harmony. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a hard thing, you know, harmony.
And having the best hair in the whole world, probably.
You know,
Mm.
that curly fro of his.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, it's beautiful. Look at Greg. What about you, Greg? Did you sing in the car when you were growing up? Did you guys have a radio or just sing like the rest of us normal people?
We had the country and western music going on the trips. Coming right from the radio, streaming right from your AM radio.
What do you mean when you say who are the singers? Was it George Strait? Was it earlier than George Strait?
A little earlier than
Conway Titty? What is it?
Oops.
I don't remember.
Oops. I didn't say that.
It wasn't
I did
Shania
not say
Twain.
that.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. No, we had Glenn Campbell was a car favorite, Wichita Lineman and Rhinestone Cowboy, that kind of stuff.
Rhinestone Cowboy, yes.
Okay.
Sing that next time I'm in the car.
Yeah, lots of country and western.
It's fun. Any memorable trips you had?
Lots of memorable trips around the West, similar to you.
Driving?
Lots of driving.
Yeah,
Yep.
we were bougie. We didn't fly.
Yeah.
You
No.
all like
There was-
squished to the back seat with your sibling, and you're like,
That's
"Don't
right.
touch me! You're touching me! Your feet are touching me!"
Yep.
Yeah.
And one special memory. I'll tell you one special memory I have.
Okay.
My parents had bought this new station wagon, the kind with the paneling on the side.
Good paneling.
Is that a Woody?
Yeah.
It's like Cadillacs of station wagons.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like the
Was this
Griswolds.
Rhinestone Cowboy in that thing.
Oh yeah, it's
High
full
class,
volume.
man.
Yeah, and it was a feat of engineering because the back of it, the back compartment of it.
Mhm. That door, that
Two-
big giant door that swung open.
Yeah, but it swung two ways. It swung. You could turn it, and then it would swing open this way,
Yeah.
like a normal door.
Yeah.
And then it also had a flip down piece, boom, where it would flip down. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So
high tech.
yeah, so they bought that and they got all excited and wanted to take us to Disneyland, and of course we drove.
Because you don't
And if-
fly, you drive. 12
That's right. And I was about, I want to say 7 years old, maybe. And the car was full, and they took bless my parents, they took my grandma and her sister, my grandma Florence, Grandma Merrill is her name. We didn't call her Florence. We called her Grandma Merrill.
Grandma.
Yeah. And then her sister, Aunt Aunt May, which is nice. And my sister,
Oh,
just
May,
my,
I love it.
yeah, Aunt May. So the car was full, but the back, the back compartment, that was my place. That was going to be where I was
Got the
going to go.
whole back space with the luggage?
Whole back space, 10-hour drive to Disneyland, right?
So was
Stacked
there
with luggage
was
everywhere.
there a chair back there?
That's what was so amazing about this design of this car, because it had the floor of it folded up into two different benches that faced each other, east to west. So if you're driving north and you look in the back, you've got two bench seats in the far back that are facing each other.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you sitting in the back on one of the benches?
Yeah, I sat there a lot of the time. Then when I wanted to sleep, you could fold it back down and it'd be flat
And just sleep.
and sleep.
Brilliant.
So,
Seatbelt.
but the story is, the morning we left
Yeah.
at 4 a.m., why does everyone have to go on vacation at 4 freaking a.m.? I have no idea. They woke me out of a dead sleep, right?
Uh-huh.
And packed me in the back. And I remember I was in
luggage.
in between the luggage, but I was on some luggage, but I was in a sleeping bag, tiger stripe sleeping bag with my pillow, and I really was not cognizant. I mean, I was pretty out of it.
Yeah.
So they get me in there, they shut the door. I told you about this back door, right?
Yeah.
It had kind of a trick lock. Anyway, we lived on a driveway that had a big slant in front. And at 4 a.m., they back out. My dad starts backing out. We get on the incline, and the back panel door pops down, and I'm on the metal in this sleeping bag, and whew, just like you flushed me out the toilet. It was just right on the cement, on top of some luggage.
Flushed out of the station wagon.
Yeah, and I wasn't hurt because I had a pillow. I was on a pillow and in my sleeping bag. All I knew is all of a sudden I was in a car, and now I'm on the cold driveway. Yeah.
Your dad didn't run you over, did he?
No, he did not, fortunately, because I screamed pretty loud when I hit the ground. So.
Okay.
So that trip started off really well.
Yeah.
I want to pause here for a second, because as a parent myself, I want to think through this. You have just, as you said, flushed your child out the toilet of the back seat of the station wagon.
Yeah.
The most awkward part isn't probably that; it's what happens next. Is you just said, "Hey, let's get back in the car." It's 4:15 now. We're late.
We're 15 minutes late, Greg. You made us 15 minutes late. Good job.
I remember being picked up, tossed back up in, boom, slam door. Somebody saying, "Is it locked? Are you sure it's closed? Are you sure it's okay? It's okay. Let's go.
Let's keep going. Greg's fine. He's fine. Just keep driving.
Let's get going. Time's a wasting."
Okay. Okay, so that's I might call that vacation fail number one if I were to choose a name. Okay.
Did the rest of your vacations go smoothly?
The only other childhood memory vacation that stands out happened a few years later, and they bought another car. It was a red Chevy Monte Carlo, and they wanted to take it. Yeah. Yeah.
You guys were listening to better things than Rhinestone Cowboy at that point.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, we had FM radio at that point.
Heck yeah, you did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. So it was just my sister and I in the back seat, and my parents drove down to, oh my hell, San Francisco.
Yeah, another road trip.
Another road trip that we did all in one day.
Uh-huh.
And arrived in the evening.
Yeah.
And before we went to the motel, whatever, I remember my dad saying, "No, we gotta drive through town. We gotta see this place. We need to drive through town.
We've been driving 14 hours. We need to."
Right. Let's see what's going on here. Isn't that the Transamerica Tower or whatever it's called? So he made a couple of turns trying to find this tower, the Transamerica building, and turned down some street, and it was the wrong street. It was not a good street. I'm just saying.
Was it tourist friendly?
No, full of, I remember bars, and there were
Ooh la la, it was a red light district.
Neon lights going on that I'd never seen before, Salt Lake did. Anyway, all of a sudden there was a ruckus in front of the car.
Mm-hmm.
And we stopped in the middle of the road. All traffic stopped. And up ahead, you could see there was some fighting, and there was a couple of bottles, motion going on, and people screaming and yelling, and we couldn't go anywhere. Car behind us, car in front of us. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, out from nowhere, here comes some guy, and he'd been hit on the head with a bottle or something, and he was bleeding. And he came up to my window and slapped his hands on the window and left these bloody handprints there. And I had a freaking breakdown. Like, I thought, we are all going to die. We are in hell, and these are the this is not, we're not going to get out of here alive.
Yeah.
So I was
trip from hell.
Yeah, I was about, I think I was 11, around 11, 10 or 11 then.
What did your dad do? Did he just pick you back up and throw you back in the back of the car and said, all right, let's keep moving.
Let's go. Come on. Traffic's, time's a waste.
Handprints.
Time's a wasting. We'll get to that in the morning.
You're fine, Greg.
When we gas up.
The city.
That's right.
Just don't look out that window. Look out the other one. It's fine.
Pretty much. Yeah. Anyway.
That's some pretty memorable experiences.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one right there.
Those are some good childhood road trips.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you guys couldn't sing Simon and Garfunkel songs. It's pretty epic. Next time, try that when you're on a road trip. Make your kids sing it.
Yeah, me too. Spencer hasn't reacted very much. I was thrown from a moving car, Spencer.
Spencer, he literally fell out of the back of the car.
Thrown from a moving car. And you have no reaction to that.
Action.
Yeah.
I just can hear in my mind the squeaking of fingers, bloody fingers, down the glass, and Greg's big eyes.
He's like, "Welcome to San Francisco."
So it seems like vacations as a kid weren't probably your best memories. Did it get better as a grown-up?
Yeah, of course they got better mostly.
Did you start flying places?
Yeah, we started flying later on.
So
yeah.
But have you had any adult vacation fails along the way?
Okay, one more quick story because where are we on time?
We got all the time in the world.
That is our own podcast, Greg. We literally could be here all day if we wanted.
Oh boy.
I heard you had a really fun souvenir.
Okay, one final story. So when our firstborn, Griffin, boy, was around 3, maybe 4, I took off for the weekend, selfishly, left him home with Mom, and went with some friends down to St. George golfing. And I said, "You be good for Mom. I'll bring you back a present, okay?" And he said, "Okay." Anyway, we got down there. We're on our final day, Monday, Sunday, something. We're eating in Dick's Cafe. We're getting ready to leave St. George. And I remember, oh crap, I need to find a present for Griffin. Well, as was custom in the day, in those little cafes around southern Utah, I don't know, maybe it was all over the West. Right there on the checkout. Hold on.
I'm sorry. Listener Greg has a phone call.
I'm so sorry.
So unprofessional, Greg.
I know, I'm so sorry. Can you edit that out, or is that going to stay in?
Not going
Oh,
down.
go ahead and take it. You've interrupted now. Might as well take the call.
Well, it's my daughter, and she's downstairs. So
Could you ask her to come up? Actually, if you could call.
Yeah, if you could just say, hey, why don't you come up and talk to me?
I would legit, after text her now, ask her to come up, and we'll finish the next story with her. So send Maddie up.
This is the final story. I'm not telling another story today. This is it.
That's it. Greg has cut us off.
You heard it here, listeners.
Okay, you're at Dick's Cafe. I need to know what you got, Griffin.
All right, I look over and there's a plastic jar of dyed colored rabbit's feet.
I remember those.
Remember those rabbit?
Those on the road trip.
Yeah, the keychains. They had a little metal keychain thing.
Foot.
Yeah, lucky rabbit's foot. So I bought one, thinking this is a great idea.
Yeah.
Right?
Girl, here's your rabbit's foot.
Yep. Fast forward, 5 hours later, I'm home. There's my boy in front of me. I say, hold out your hands. I brought you something. Close your eyes. Holds out his hands, closes his eyes. I drop it in his hands. It's right at that moment that I'm thinking, this probably wasn't a good idea. This might go sideways right now.
Really bad. Yeah. Yeah.
I said, oh, go ahead and open your eyes. He opens his eyes, looks at it, and he goes, what is it? He's staring at it. What is it? And I said, it's a rabbit's foot, a lucky rabbit's foot. And he goes, where'd you get it? And I said, St. George, down in bottom of Utah. And he said, I'm sorry, I haven't told this story in a long time. He goes, what's it for? And I said, it's a lucky charm kind of thing that you put on your keys.
Oh, those keys those 3-year-olds have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of keys. They need a keychain.
Yeah. And he's looking at it, and he goes, okay. And he goes, at some point he goes, well, why didn't you buy the face?
Where's the rest of that rabbit?
Yeah.
You just bring me a foot.
Yeah, and I thought, that's brilliant. I should have asked for the face, right?
Where's the face for this?
Where's the face for this?
Face? I'd like that in a purse, please. A coin purse.
Yeah. So.
I got my lucky rabbit's keychain and my rabbit's face coin purse. They really missed the market on that. Those
totally. Can you imagine how many of those they would have sold if they'd sold faces instead of the foots?
I would say 75% less because you got 4 feet for every rabbit. Marketing, Greg.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Marketing.
So we've gotten better, Greg. We've gotten better at vacations.
That's it.
That's all you got.
That's all I have today. I'm not telling any more stories. That's it.
Well, listeners are going to have to come back one day and hear some more from you.
He's
three-peat. Yeah. Yeah. It'll be a while, though. You're going to need to go around the world again.
You got some funding for us, Greg? You going to be our sponsor? Some funding. You going to be our sponsor?
Oh, I can look for some sponsorship money for you.
And then we'll travel around the world hearing stories before we come back to you.
Yeah. If you could
sounds great.
I think that the Lucky Rabbit's Foot industry is looking for a rebound, and we could be their flagship podcast.
There's a few sponsorships we won't get because I've offended. X96, not going to be a sponsor. Wendover. I just insulted all of Wendover.
I think you also insulted Las Vegas in doing so.
I did also with Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Las Vegas is out as well.
I'm not sure if you offended rabbits.
I just said their faces would make good coin purses. I'm just trying, use all of that rabbit, not just their foot.
Okay. Yeah. All right. There we go. There we go.
I have offended PETA though.
Yeah.
But that started with April, to be fair.
Yeah.
April, the critter killer.
Oh,
Hi, Maddie. Hey, Maddie. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
You're on our podcast right now.
Oh my gosh, no.
We lost Maddie.
Get out of here.
Maddie.
Good job.
Well, we will come around for a third session so that we can give Maddie a little time to prepare.
Okay. All
Here,
right.
to tease it a little bit, I like to discuss your junior high gym classes.
Right.
So just think about that, listeners. Just think. Junior high gym classes.
Junior high gym class. Maybe Greg has a thing to say about that.
He has something, I know.
I got a story about that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
As we close
One
up,
day,
Greg,
we'll be back on.
any lessons learned from these vacation trips? Anything that you feel like you've grown or learned from this?
Check your locks. You know,
Make sure your door is closed all the way before you back out of
all the doors are
driveway.
closed. You know what's so ironic about those is we never wore, back in the day, we never wore seatbelts. But when we got in the car to do a road trip, oh man, buckle the hell up.
Mhm.
That was the order of the day.
Yeah.
And I remember digging to try and find the seatbelts because I didn't even know we had them.
Yeah.
They were all tucked in somewhere.
That all started with you coming out the trunk.
Yeah.
Just being flushed out the back
Being flushed out the trunk.
like a turd.
Yeah.
So here we are, fart story, turd story. It's all coming full circle.
Greg, you have 3 children, correct?
Correct.
How many have fallen out of the trunk?
He has to really think about this.
I don't think any of them have fallen out of the trunk.
Then this, you learned something from this, Greg.
You did.
You made
I've
you made things
experienced it.
better for the next generation, Greg.
I did. I really did.
This is a really inspirational story.
Greg, changing the world.
Yeah. I'm making a difference.
You
All
are
right,
making
well-
a difference.
Greg, I recall that during our first podcast, you told us that you didn't know what a podcast was, but you were excited to be part of one.
Yeah.
If this
You
this
still
message
Still
is
true.
for Greg.
Podcast is.
Still true. Nothing's changed there.
Well, Greg, if you want to listen to this episode of the podcast, you can find us on your phone. Push the little podcast, Apple Podcast button. It's already on your phone. You just have to search for Latchkey Friends. If you're a Spotify guy, you do the same thing. If you're a YouTube guy, search it up, Latchkey Friends, or latchkeyfriends.com. That's where you can find us, as well as all of your Greg Merrill's favorite social media channels. We're there.
He's
You
like,
can listen
yeah.
to the show.
And that's
We
not
both-
MySpace, Greg. We're not on MySpace.
We're not on everything except for MySpace.
We're working on it. We're still trying to get the rights.
We're trying to be friends with Tim. It's fine.
Trying to find out who owns MySpace now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard.
See where that lives.
Greg, thank you for being on the podcast not once but twice. It was a pleasure to have you. Liz, as always, great to co-host with you. I hope you have a great staycation and that it never ends.
Me too. You really hate me if you say that. You wish that for me. That this staycation never ends. I hope your staycation never ends.
It's getting hot in here. Thank you to all of our Latchkey friends. We'll see you again soon. Again, visit us at latchkeyfriends.com for all the episodes. Let's have a good day. See you, Liz. Bye, Greg.
Bye, you guys.
Talk to you guys soon.